I'm just about to head out from Pittsburgh, away from the CIC conference, back to home, back to real life. And I want not to lose any of the zeal, any of the inspiration, any of the call on my heart to do better, to be holy, that I've gained over this weekend. I asked God to speak to me, and He did. He did. He answered, and in an amazing and in a marvelous way exceeding my expectations or anything I could have thought, because I really, truly can't expect anything. He doesn't owe me anything, and yet He's so generous and good to me. Right down the road, there's this beautiful old cemetery all through the little rolling hills, and I love to walk in cemeteries. I love to pray for the souls here, who are buried here, for their souls, all those who are in purgatory, some in heaven. And I pray for all their family members who are still living, for the conversion of their souls. And it just reminds me, well, this is a huge cemetery, and there's so many lives, so many past lives and so many current lives and future lives that are represented here. And I thought of something that was said at the conference, and I don't have my notes, so I can't remember exactly the quote or even who said it. Basically, there's no peace on earth without Christ. Christ is the author of peace. I was walking and praying for the souls, and I came across this crumpled up at the foot of a tombstone, just in a ball, and I was thinking, that cannot be. I can't allow that. I can't. I'm typically someone who's a rule follower, who just doesn't want to step on any toes, even though that is my Indian name, stepper on of toes. I don't want to make waves, really. I kind of just have always wanted to be invisible. I've always felt the needed to be invisible to be safe. And but I couldn't. I saw this crumpled. It looks like it's gone through maybe the lawnmower or something, and I was like, no, I can't. It's not wrong to pick this up and to take this and dispose of it properly. But when I got it, I was looking at it and I was like, wait, look at the shreddedness of it. I said, this is, I hope you're seeing it the right way, orientation, because I don't know how cameras work yet. But this is, and if it's wrong, here, I'll just do this really quick, just in case I'm wrong. So however you see it, I want you to see it in its proper orientation. But this is a representation of the current state of affairs, this current state of our nation. She's in shreds. She's in battle. Like, she's being systematically destroyed from within and without. She's got enemies inside and out, same as the church. And if we think we're going to have peace on earth without Christ, it's diabolical deception. This is what happens when you try to have peace without Christ, because you destroy the very fabric of divine law, natural law, of your true nature, of who you are, whose you are, because you're made in the image of God. And God is the author of peace, and not just God, Jesus Christ, because there's one true God, but some people have co-opted that, and they think that they have the one true God. But there's only one true. There can't be many. There's only one. And He's the author of peace, so there's no peace without Him. And I know a lot of people think I'm happy, and they have a lot going for them, and they're really nice, and they think that's peace, but I'm just convinced, I don't know this for sure, but I'm just convinced that deep down inside, you know if you're trying to be separate from Christ and His way and God, your maker, your creator, you're not truly at peace deep down. You might have found ways to cope and found ways to pleasure yourself. That might be true. Like, you might be having a good time, but you're not at peace, because there's no peace without Christ. So how do we restore this American flag? How do we restore the church and the faith, the true Christian faith? How do we return to a society that everybody wants to live in? That it's not everybody do your own thing, live and let live. I know that's not it. And I might not have the answer today. Well, the answer is Christ. but I don't know if that's adequate for our human need for, you know, step-by-step instructions, etc. And just to have a path, like, it's deeper than that. But I just wanted to share the flag with you that I found, and I'm going to cherish this flag. It's not going to be disposed. I cherish this flag because it was thrown and tossed on the ground. It's maybe gone through a lawnmower. The stick's gone, but there's a bunch of them around here. And I just feel like this is the battle that I want to be in. This is the battle of saving America, of saving humanity, saving the family, and saving our faith. However I can do that in my small way, God will reveal, and hopefully I'll follow his inclinations on my heart and his inspirations, and I will be very imperfect, very awkward as I am, but I will continue to get up, try again, and just keep going, and be humiliated, and maybe be exhilarated, and all of the above, and see what God has in store. Yeah. It's a beautiful day in Pittsburgh, and I'm going to drive home to Columbus and begin.